Alright, well, computer crashed, but luckily it autosaves pretty frequently. We shouldn't have to deal with that again. Hopefully. Let's see where... Yeah, luckily it autosaved for us. We'll probably have to sit through him talking to us again.
So, Canderous.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip through this. Yeah, no need to sit through it again.
These would be. See?
Alright. I'll redo all the level ups.
Okay.
Then I'll save afterwards.
Huh?
So that we don't have to go through that again in case I crash again. Oh yeah, flurry. And then you, energy shield, longsword, fiber blade. Yeah. And then he can put that on. Alright. Now we save. Alright. Now if we crash again, we'll be in a lot better spot. Alright, let's go this way instead then. Geez, now my flow's all thrown off. Alright. Take care of these guys. There we go. So with the security terminal, you can hack in and get through the... just unlock the hangar doors like you could in the Sith base to get into the, or not the Sith base, the Volker base to get into the what do you call it, garage. That's the word I was looking for. But that'll use a bunch of spikes, and without anyone who's trained in computers, we really don't want to do that right now. So, luckily we have another solution. Unfortunately, that's why I usually take Basila, is that we don't have anyone to heal other than healing items once again. But that's okay. With these two here, we shouldn't need them. Well, we'll just disable it then. We have plenty of mines. What do we have? 12? Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. Let's go this way. That's where we... Alright, let's look at the map real quick. It's the barracks. It's his throne room. Which, man, is this not the weirdest looking throne room? I guess you sit off to the side and then come up in front of him, but I don't know. It's just weird for me. He really likes that power attack, doesn't he? Alright, what's over here? Oh, hey. Torture droids. There's like maybe 7 different droid models, but they call them different things. Like sometimes this model will be a medical droid, which I guess makes sense for a torture droid. Well, alright.
Sure.
Oh.
Thank you. You
Alright.
have no idea what it was like in that torture cage. I don't know how much more I could take before going mad. I don't have anything to give you as a reward for freeing me. Nothing tangible anyway. But I've got information that could be worth a fortune. I used to be the pilot of the Ebonhawk, Davik's flagship. I know the codes to disable the security system protecting it.
Oh, how
I'll load them
convenient.
onto your datapad now. You can use those codes to steal the Ebonhawk right out of its hangar. Sell it to the highest bidder, ransom it back to Davik. Whatever you do, you'll make thousands.
Thousands doesn't sound big anymore. I mean, it's big in this game, but just it doesn't seem very big compared to real life.
It won't be long until Davik figures out I'm...
But that's what we need. Now we can head to the hangar and leave.
We've got what we came.
Let's see. We can work our way back. Jeez, now I'm on edge because I'm afraid my computer will crash again.
How dare you invade my chambers? How rude! I am a personal guest of Davik himself. I left How can Davik expect me to invest in his ventures with this kind of incompetence on
I
display?
hate to break it to you, guy, but that...
Well, I suppose I can... I don't require anything right now. Now, scurry up.
But there's not much point to anything right now. I guess we don't technically know that either. But... Geez, there's another 500 credits.
Yes?
That's the thing, is that they very rarely have any awareness of you stealing stuff out from under them. Oh, and now we can get into the computer if we need to. Alright, ooh. Let me click on that. Alrighty. I think it's funny. The Rhodians and the droids have the same death noise. It's just randomly funny. Alright, let's head this way. I think this will... Ooh. There's a lot of people there. I'm gonna head back this way. Let them take care of it. We'll draw them into the hallway. There we go. See, we only got the one guy aggroed on us because he's the only one that can see us. No loot here. Right. And then I think this is where we were last time. Oh yeah, because here we're at the hangar again. So, I guess we can... do we need to disable it at a computer? I don't know. And see, this time they didn't even drop anything when we beat them. Alright. And then what's over down that way? I guess that was Cal Nord's room and stuff. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Oh, that was the drug lab. Okay. I'm just gonna save again, because now I'm paranoid. It was weird. It's not like my computer was hot or anything. What's in here? I guess this is where we came out of. Yeah, might as well.
Hey, what's
Yeah. Alright. I'm just gonna speed run through here. Man, that's something that's weird, is speed runs for this game. There's a trick, I think it was for the second one, but you can change your party more regularly in the second game. And so your party members will disappear and reappear, and you can get them on the other side of locked doors. And so you can just skip large sections of the game because it'll load areas and load party members that you're not supposed to have. Just by skipping through doors. It's been a while since I watched it, and I don't think I've seen one for this game, but I know it's been at a GDQ at one point. And there's that. Slave quarters. Alright. Now we can go.
What?
We'll go back to the hangar. Alright, yeah. And we'll save one more time once we get just outside, because that fight can swing pretty badly too. Access card. Disable hacker security. Alright. Now we're good. It's not worth doing stuff with the computers. Right. Yeah, that's like with Pokemon speedruns. You just... The fastest one is just warp to the Hall of Fame, and that's boring though. That's why I like 100% runs. Like Mario 64 100% speed run is just beautiful to watch.
They're bombing the whole planet. I knew they'd turn on us sooner or... Wow. Look what
And
we
see,
got here.
now
It's
we've
the
got
hangar.
stuff coming down on us.
You figured you'd just steal my ship for your getaway and leave me high and dry while the Sith turn the planet into dust? Sorry, but that ain't gonna happen.
I'll take care of them, Davik. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Think it
Yeah.
worked out all the Sith mean business. somewhere safe. The bombs they're dropping will kill us all.
Alright. So they've got energy shields too, I think. So we'll just, excuse me, click those on. And you can see the different energy shields. Like this one protects from energy, sonic, and electrical, but a typical energy shield just protects from energy and electrical. So it's cool how they can protect from different things. Luckily, other damage types are pretty rare. We'll give them some strength pots. And I'll get a dex one. And I'm going to heal real quick. Oh, they shot a sticky bomb at me. Not that I was gonna move anyway, but... Oh wait, I need them both on this guy. Or wait. I don't know. I don't know that it matters. There we go. Yeah, I think when you reduce him to a certain point, he triggers this cutscene. And he threatens us with a thermal detonator, so we all run away. But then he just gets blasted. Ooh, he did. Alright, and he's got pretty good armor and a visor. So we'll hightail it to the ship. And then it says, like, do you wish to board the Ebon Hawk? Like there's any other choice at this point.
Let's get this ship fired up. We'll pick up the rest of your friends and then we'll have to get off this planet.
Yeah. Alright, cutscene time. This is one of the more iconic cutscenes because I'm pretty sure this part of it was at least in the trailer for this game. It's a real Star Warsy feel to just have establishing shots of ships floating through space.
Taris is defenseless against our assault, Lord Malik. They are offering no resistance.
Squint.
The city is in ruins.
Resume the bombardment, Commander. Wipe this pathetic planet from the face of the galaxy.
So even though we were in one city, he just has to go overboard and bomb the entire planet. Which I guess with spaceships you could theoretically like get on the equivalent to an airplane and make yourself on the put yourself on the other side of the planet, so it makes sense to bomb the whole place. But it's real convenient in these games. You always land right on the planet where you need to be. Yeah, this is the famous Ebon Hawk. Are not a Millennium Falcon, but I think it's just as cool a design. I guess it's just a big city. It's not like a worldwide city. Alright.
Plot a course for Dantooine. There's a Jedi enclave there where we can find refuge.
Dantooine. They're on Dantooine.
Quickly, to the gun turrets.
It's interesting they brought back a planet that was mentioned but never seen in any of the movies. Yeah. I hope you like this cutscene, because we're gonna see it an awful lot. And then we take evasive action as we go into another game mode. Where we have to shoot down all these Sith fighters with it. This because there's a similar mini game in the second Knights of the Old Republic, which I have played on the PC, I will tell you, mouse controls are definitely better. Alright. So in the lower right is our little health meter. But it's really hard to lose this unless you sit here and do absolutely nothing. The harder part is just hitting them. You kind of have to lead your shots. But we did pretty well. That usually takes a lot longer. Especially if you're trying to not motion, but touch screen control it. You have to like tap is fire, but also dragging on the screen is fire. But we are officially off Terrace at this point. We'll jump to hyperspace and get out of here. Alright.
Dantooine. Seems like a lifetime since I last saw
And action.
It's only been a few months. We should be safe from Malik here. For now, at least.
Safe? You saw what his fleet did to Terrace. There wasn't a building over 2 stories high left standing. They turned the planet into one big pile of rubble.
He's
Even the
right.
Sith would think twice before attacking Dantooine. There are many Jedi here, including several of the most powerful masters of the Order. There is great strength within this place.
Which, they say that, but if they bombed it from space, it's not gonna do much.
We can get supplies here and recuperate.
Yeah.
The Academy is a place of mental and spiritual healing. Something we could all use after what we've been through.
For sure.
It isn't easy to witness the annihilation of the entire planet. I know Mission was protected.
Yeah, Mission hasn't lived anywhere else. Everyone else here has at least lived on one different planet for a little bit, but imagine like having to go to Mars because Earth got blown up. Alright. Lots of cutscenes. Alright. So we got a lot of dialogue here coming up. We're a bit ahead of where I thought we were going to get to basically this point, and I was going to have to go, but I should have more time.
What's this about, Bastila?
I'm sorry, I cannot tell you. All I ask is that you trust in the Force and the wisdom of the Council.
Yeah. Because the Jedi Council is always so trustworthy.
We'll do things your way for a while.
Come, they're expecting us. I will lead you to the Council chambers.
Alright. So it's just me right now. So now we can head through. So apparently this isn't like the Jedi Council. This is the Jedi Council for this temple that we're gonna go talk to.
You there, Padawan. Why are you not wearing the customary robes of the Jedi? Do you mock the honor traditions of our order? Bastila. I have heard of her. They say she has already mastered the art of battle meditation. Remarkable in one so young. Though I've heard she has a foolish pride in her own talents. But as for you, do you claim you are not a Padawan? I find this hard to believe.
So apparently we're this like walking beacon of the Force.
Feel its presence. If this is some type of jest, it is in very poor taste. Please forgive the abruptness with which I first greeted you. It
Yeah.
is harsh and perhaps unfair. My master often warns me that I must learn to control my emotions. I see I have much left to learn. I wish you a pleasant stay here on Dantooine. May the Force be with you.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the point of that was, to be perfectly honest. But now we'll go and talk with the council.
So you are the one who rescued Bastila. It is appropriate you are here. We have been discussing your rather special case. I am Jar, a member of the Jedi Council. With me are Master Vrook, Master Van.
Hey, it's a Yoda.
and
Of course,
Chronicle
they'll
of
never
our
say
family,
his species
Master
name
Kotor.
either.
Padawan Bastila, I am sure you are already familiar with.
Yeah.
Yes, the High Council of the Jedi Order is on Coruscant, but we are the council in charge of the training facility here on Dantooine.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely like a more of a training area. Alright. Cool. We've got at least another 2 hours. Alright, so let's see what they want from us.
Strong in the Force. We are considering you for Jedi training.
So if Luke was too old and Anakin was too old, we have to be way too old because we got to be like at least upper 20s, right?
Master Jar speaks out of turn, perhaps. We need indisputable proof of your strong affinity to the Force before we would even consider accepting you for training.
Proof? Surely the entire council can
Proof.
feel the strength of the Force within this man. And I've already related to you the events that took place on Terrace.
Perhaps it was simple luck.
We both know there is no
Luck.
There is only the Force.
I mean, I guess there was a certain amount of luck because it's dice rolls.
Though it is wild
But-
and untamed. Now that this power has
Now that
begun
we're
to
here,
manifest itself,
this is the point where I'm finally going to get to
The
multi-class
Jedi
into
training is
Jedi.
difficult, even when working
and-
with a young and open mind.
Yeah.
Teaching a child is hard. How much harder will it be for an adult to learn the ways of the Jedi?
And then you can lie here, but it doesn't really have too much impact.
Traditionally, the Jedi do not accept adults for training, though there are rare exceptions in the history of our order. But you are a special case.
For sure.
With Master Dora. Many of our own
Which,
peoples are leaving
again,
the Jedi
proof that Yoda is just messing with people.
Order. We need
Because
recruits
this
to stand
Yoda,
against Malak.
this guy just talks normal. He's definitely doing a Yoda
What if we
voice.
undertake to train this one and the Dark Lord should return?
We should discuss this matter more fully in private.
Yeah, they're worried about me being adult falling to the dark side.
This is a matter for the Council alone.
As you wish, Master Vandar. We shall return to the Ebon Hawk and leave you to your deliberations.
I do like how most of the armor is what's the word for it? You see it in cutscenes. There's a word for it. In the meantime, we've got another vision. Well, that's Revan and Malak. I'm guessing this is before,
the dark
because he
side
still
is
has his
strong in
jaw.
this place. I can feel its power. Is this wise?
And
The
Revan
ancient
will
Jedi
never
sealed
talk,
This archway.
of course.
If we pass beyond this door, we can never go back. The Order will surely banish us.
Silent protagonist is one thing, but a silent antagonist is just cool
Can
and
its power
intimidating.
truly be worth the risk?
This morning's getting stranger by the minute. First Bastila comes out looking like she saw a ghost, and now you. Well, Bastila did mention that you should go to the council chambers before she left. It's no doubt urgent, so you shouldn't keep them waiting. You got it.
Alright. So now we get to have people in our party, but we don't get to have Bastila for a little bit. So for now, I'm going to take Zalbar. I'm liking Zalbar in this playthrough much more than I have in past playthroughs. No, we'll take Canderous too. Mostly because, yeah. So we can talk to, we can talk to all our party members.
Yeah, what do you want?
And since he's an older guy, he has like cool war stories.
My exploits. Of the wars I've seen and fought, the enemies I've seen die by my hand.
Especially since we were just in a war with his people.
Of the Mandalorian clan Ordo.
been fighting across the galaxy for 40 of your years.
Yeah, so
For my
he's
people, it is
pretty
the
old.
honor and glory of battle.
Well, at least old compared to a
Through
lot of
combat
Star Wars
that we prove
characters.
our worth, gain renown, and make our fortunes.
Alright,
The Sith came to us with an offer to fight a worthy enemy in a battle that would be remembered forever.
until
We
Disney
were
wiped it out.
As long as the fight is worthy, then honor is gained. The glory in having triumphed over impossible odds is what drives us.
Yeah, so Mandalorians are really cool. They have this, their whole society is based on honor in battle.
Everything we are and throw it into battle. It's the true
It's a lot, it's very interesting.
against oblivion. Times have changed now.
Yeah.
The Mandalore clans have been scattered across
So
the
we
outer
fought, the Republic fought a war with them, and then
Sith then
they were winning,
to take its
the
place.
Mandalorians were winning until the Jedi joined in, and then the Jedi, like, basically won the war for the Republic. But because of that,
And fear.
uh,
We only wanted the challenge of the battle.
a bunch of them turned to the dark side, including Revan Malik, and so now we're fighting a civil war against them.
Crushing Davik
Because they came out of nowhere with a whole army.
could not be considered the most glorious of tasks. When I think of the
So it's like back-to-back wars for the Republic.
that burned, I weep for my past. We will never again speak of this. We've got work to do, so let's get to it.
Alright. So now we'll head into here. Footsteps. There we go. It's weird because they're like behind us. That's why the footsteps were closer to the quote unquote microphone.
Bastila has told us of a most unusual development. She claims you and she have shared a dream. A
So
vision
apparently
of
Bastila saw
Malak
that
and
dream
Revan
too.
In the ancient ruins here on Dantooine.
These ruins have long been known to us, but we believe them to be merely burial mounds. Perhaps they're
Interesting.
more than we first suspected, if Revan and Malik found something there.
Bastila has described the shared dream to the council in great detail.
So we don't have to
We feel it is
be.
more than a dream.
So we don't have to exposit for people.
The Force is acting through you, as it acts through Bastila.
You and Bastila share a powerful connection to the Force and each other. This is not unheard of. Connections often form between master and student.
A dyad in the
Rarely
Force, you
does a
might
bond
say.
develop so quickly.
Whatever dangers may lie ahead, we cannot ignore the destiny that has brought you and Bastila here to us. Together.
Interesting.
You and she are linked, as is your fate to hers. Together, you two may be able to stop Darth Malak and the Sith.
But do not let your head be filled with visions of glory and power. Such thoughts are the path to the dark side. The way of the light is long. You must learn. Are you ready
For
such
sure.
action?
Understand that there is little choice in this matter, for you or us. Across the galaxy, the numbers of our order dwindle. We have sent many Jedi in quest of a way to thwart Malak's advance. Many have not returned. The Sith hunt the Jedi down like animals, ambushing and assassinating our brothers wherever they are found. We fear it is only a matter of time until they discover even this hidden refuge.
So apparently they just
Jedi
don't
have
know
fallen
that
from
we're
the light
here.
and embraced the dark
Which makes
side.
sense because this is
Giving
like
their allegiance
a
to the
planet
Sith
that's like
and
all
Malak, the
plains.
Dark
It's almost
Lord.
like Naboo a little bit.
The lure of the dark side is not easy to resist. Malik's
Yeah.
power grows as more and more planets fall to his conquering armies.
If
Yeah,
Malak
makes
is not
sense.
stopped, the Republic will fall, and the Jedi will be hunted to extinction. The galaxy will enter a time of darkness and tyranny, not seen for 1,000 generations.
The Council has
Something,
decreed
something
that you and
Empire.
Bastila must investigate the ancient ruins you dreamed of. Once the Council deems you ready,
Perhaps there you will find some clue, some explanation of how Revan and Malak were corrupted. And perhaps there you shall find a way to stop them.
Man, that would be real easy, wouldn't it? If it was just in the ruins next to the training academy. Alright.
The Force flows through
Wait
you
a
like no
second.
student we have ever seen.
Malak knows
You're
that
willful and headstrong.
the temple's here,
Dangerous
though.
combination.
He went to
Before we send
the...
you to investigate the ruins,
He was a
you
Jedi,
must be trained in
and...
the ways of the Jedi, so that you can resist the darkness within yourself.
Well, you can see the seats in the background there,
Otherwise you
but
will
they're
be
just standing
failed.
around. You can see them in the back there. Alright.
We must begin your training.
So
at
now we got
once.
our training
You have a
montage.
destiny upon you that you must be prepared to face.
It
The entire
doesn't
fate of the
say
galaxy is upon you.
exactly how long
Only hope you
this
will live up
takes.
to the task.
The path you have chosen to walk is difficult.
Yeah.
Intensive training will prepare you physically for the demands of the Order. Meditation will teach you to channel the power of the Force. To truly
Yeah.
understand the way of the Jedi, you must open your mind to knowledge.
It's the
Seek
eye
wisdom
of
in the
tiger,
teachings of
it's
the
the
great
thrill of
masters
the
of our
fight.
Order. The Jedi is never alone. Others in the Order will always stand by you. You
Yeah.
and Bastila share a special bond. Do not be afraid to turn to her when you need help in your training. The way of the Jedi is
And
difficult.
now I'm better.
It requires great discipline. Yet even though you are a mere apprentice,
They modeled
your
these
potential
chairs
is
just to have them
unlimited.
float around,
And your
even though
progress
you'll never
amazing.
interact with them.
In all my years, I have never seen one who has mastered the initial training so quickly. You've done in weeks what many cannot do
Okay,
in
so it's been
years.
weeks. The question is how many
I
weeks?
am honored to welcome you fully into the Jedi Order.
Alright.
Soon your apprenticeship will end, and you will be granted the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy.
So it's a little bit different than quote unquote modern, where a Padawan would be assigned to a master. But I guess this is. I might be just a special case during wartime.
In the traditions and customs of our order,
So first we
as
have to
handed
do
down from master to pupil
memory.
for 1,000 generations.
We have to learn the
These tests will see if you have truly mastered the
Jedi
training you have
code,
been given,
and we have to repeat
both
it back to
mental
him.
and physical. Upon completing these tests, you will pass from apprentice to Padawan.
But I'm
Join
just
the
gonna
ranks
look
of
it
the
up
Jedi. First, I will
because
test
we
you.
don't have
You
time
must
for
prove
this.
You have a Jedi's understanding of the code. Return when you feel.
Yeah.
Greetings, my young pupil. Your
All right.
progress has been most.
Yes.
Soon your apprenticeship will end. In the traditions and
Ready for the
these tests
tests.
will see if you have truly mastered the training you have been given, both mental and physical.
Yes.
First, I will test your knowledge of the Jedi
Yeah.
Code. These tenets must always guide your actions. In everything you do, you must always be conscious of their wisdom. You must now prove you have a Jedi's understanding of the code by completing these fundamental precepts of our order. There is no emotion.
There is peace.
There is no ignorance.
There is
There
knowledge.
is no passion.
There is
There
serenity.
is no chaos.
There is harmony.
There is no death.
There is the Force.
You have learned your studies
We
well,
have
apprentice.
basic memory
It will not be
retention.
long before you are a full member of our order. But first, you must pass the second test and learn about the most prized possession of a Jedi, the very symbol of our order, the
The
lightsaber.
lightsaber.
The
Finally.
lightsaber is the traditional weapon of our order. It is a symbol of a Jedi's skill, dedication, and authority. And each
Alrighty.
lightsaber is as individual as the Jedi who wields it.
So
The
this
blade is
was
made of
something
pure
that was
energy,
retconned by
focused
Disney.
polished crystals in the hilt. As
The
second test, each Jedi must construct
in
his
this day and
lightsaber with his
age,
own hands.
in the
And
Old
now it is
Republic,
your time.
the color
Speak when it is
was
your
dependent
time
on
to
the
choose
individual
your
crystal, and you could switch those out. But Disney has made it so that the crystal now is dependent on the Jedi that wields it when they build their lightsaber. So it changes depending on who wields it or whatever. Not necessarily wields it, but who's like attuned to the lightsaber. And so he's gonna give us our first crystal. But first we have to do a personality test.
Time has come for you to choose the color of your lightsaber. This color also reflects your demeanor and position within the Order.
Yeah.
Blue is the color of the Jedi Guardian. This Jedi battles against the forces of evil and the dark side. They focus more on combat training and use of the lightsaber.
Right.
Yellow is the color of the Jedi Sentinel. This Jedi ferrets out deceit and injustice, bringing it to light. They focus less on combat and more on other skills and abilities. Green is the color of the Jedi Consular. This Jedi seeks to bring balance to the universe. They mediate between other groups, using their powers to end conflict and preserve peace.
So yeah, so we have our weapons, our Jedi fighter, our Jedi skill monkey, and our Jedi wizard, essentially. So it doesn't really matter what you do.
We shall see.
You get to choose it at the end, but we have to go through his personality quiz first.
A woman and her small child are beset by a desperate-looking group of thugs. They're menacing her with weapons, and she screams to you for help. What do you do?
And so there's obvious answers for whichever one you want to do. It's not quite as obscure as the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon personality quiz, but it doesn't really matter the answers to your question, as you get to just choose your crystal at the end.
With the Sith. There is a pause in the combat. What do you do?
Alright. They're even in order, I think.
Yes, I suspected as much. Now, for the next question. There is a locked door, and your goal lies on the other side. What do you do?
Alright. Knock.
I am beginning to see a pattern here, apprentice. I have a feeling about what you would be best at. But first, the final question. You are the head of an enclave on a contested world. The Dark Jedi have infiltrated and are causing unrest across the planet. What do you do?
That's such an open-ended question, to be fair.
Yes, I thought as much. As I suspected, you would be most suitable as a Jedi consular. Which color and path do you believe yourself most suited to, apprentice?
Yeah, so this is the actual one we get to choose. I'm going to go counselor, because I do like myself a wizard.
Here is a green
but all of them
for your
can
lightsaber.
pretty
Go
well
speak to Master
crush
Jar again,
the
and he will instruct you on how to construct it.
crush the game. And now we're forced into the level up screen, and we get to finally take our Jedi levels. I'm gonna alternate between Treat Injury and Persuade. Persuade is the only main character that can really make use of it, because we're the one that does all the dialogue. So, what do we want to do? I'm gonna do. Well, I guess we'll focus on that later, since we're gonna be focusing on our force powers. You know what? That adds to defense too. So we'll take dueling. I've never used one lightsaber before, because the times that I've played this before, I didn't really get all of the mechanics in this game. But now that I do, and as a counselor, we get to choose 2 powers every couple level ups. So I will take lightning and speed. And now we have force powers. See, we don't even have, armor, right? Do we get, You don't have a Jedi robe just yet. So certain force powers can't be used while you're in heavier armor. Typically the ones that are affected by your defense. Let's see. Yeah, we'll bump wisdom up. So yeah, persuade. And then we'll take force push as well. We're gonna do a lot of leveling up here. Unfortunately, we don't get a ton of skills because we're focused in on force powers. Jedi defense. Yeah, we'll take that. So that gives us a bonus in deflecting blaster bolts with our lightsaber. And here's another one of the magic missile type things, is that you can throw your lightsaber and it always hits. And it deals damage based on your level. What else do I want? Let's take Affect Mind, because sometimes these droids aren't what you're looking for. Persuade. We get heal ourselves now. And treat injury. 2 powers. Here's the better version. Sometimes people will resist Affect Mind, so you can take Dominate Mind instead. What else do I want to take? See, honestly, the ones I want are Heal, Speed, Force Persuade, Lightning, and Wave. I will take this one too, Drain Life, because that's basically lightning, but you get health back from it. Let's... For sure. Unfortunately, you don't get, even if you have proficiency from your, let's take because, yeah, we will take this because that is good on physical opponents, or on, yeah, and we'll just take Dominate Mind. And then we'll put another point in Wisdom. Put another point in Persuade. Let's see. Let's take another dueling. We don't get that yet. Yes, we have one more level to go. We'll take this. This is basically Cause Poison, but the best version of it has a DC of 100, so you can never save against it. See, the dark side has all the cool force powers. The light side, you have like stun and stun droid and like all the resistance stuff. That's like nice if you want it, but all the cool attacking stuff is dark side. Yeah, the thing is that a lot of the higher level enemies have force heal, which heals poison. So as soon as you do that, they'll force heal. So it'll become a way of just whittling down force points, because they are programmed to automatically heal against it. Let's throw a lightsaber. just to have something to take. Treat injury. Alright. And then we'll take... But at least like Force Push and Force Wave and stuff are neutral. We'll take Whirlwind. Just because it's neutral. And then... Oh, let me switch to you. Because I think... Yeah, that's basically the better version. Take his old boss's suit. We'll give you strength. Treat injury. Let's see, what do we want? Offense or defense? I think we can afford to go a little bit on the offense now, considering I now have the HP on par with everyone else. Well, closer to on par. I'm no tank, to be sure, but let's can I can go above 20. Let's just round out the odd number though, and we'll give him some demolitions. Oh, that's right. Implant is a class feature for scouts, so yeah, he can't wear either of those. What does that give? That just gives a feat. It's not very good. Oh, and I still haven't changed after clothes. Well, maybe, I think he's supposed to give me some robes.
Ah, good. Now that you have selected your crystal, we shall begin the construction of your lightsaber.
Alright. Go to the workbench. Do the same typing animation that everyone does. And so, if you had other crystals, you could include them here, but we just have the one he gave us. Alrighty. Good. Wave it around with a little bit.
You have done extremely well in constructing your lightsaber, apprentice. Your crystal seems to have been set perfectly. It is rare indeed for that to happen the first time one constructs their lightsaber.
We're such a
These
prodigy.
crystals are very rare, found only in certain caves strong in the Force. By adding crystals to your lightsaber, you can alter or enhance its properties.
Yeah, so we can get other crystals other than the color one, and they'll add different properties to the lightsaber. I talked about it, I think, either last time or the time before, but they give various different effects. Rather than giving unique lightsabers, you get unique crystals to change your lightsaber.
It is a rumor only. I do not know if there's any truth in it, but you must learn
First thing about D&D like games is that nothing is ever rumors. They all exist.
With such recognition comes honor and respect, and the attentions of dangerous enemies. The Sith and Dark Jedi will seek to destroy.
Someday someone's gonna blindside me by having a rumor and it turns out to not be real in any regard whatsoever.
Are you ready to face the final challenge, apprentice?
Alright, let's go face Trial 3.
For every Jedi, the threat of the dark side is always present. You must truly understand this before you are accepted into the Order. You must see the corruption of the dark side for yourself.
Alright.
Even here on Dantooine, there are places where the dark side
I like how this is obviously a training area. Like, it's like a training mat with people, spaces to sit on the sides of it. But when they showed the cutscene of Bastila and us training, we were training like out in the garden.
The area have become savage and ruthless. They have become a threat to the settlers.
Cat
A threat
hounds.
the Jedi have promised to stop.
Alright.
The Cathounds are but a symptom of the true problem. You must journey into the grove and confront the true source of the darkness. That is your task.
Alright.
I can say no more. Some things you must see for yourself. None of the other Jedi at the Academy are permitted to help you in this task.
including
Remember
Bastila.
this, my young apprentice.
But that doesn't mean
A
the
Jedi
people
acts
from
with
our ship
patience
can't
and
help
care,
us.
And those on the dark path are not always lost forever. The dark side still taints the ancient grove. Your lessons cannot continue until the spreading corruption of the dark side has been stopped. This is your task, apprentice. May the Force be with you.
Alright. Let me save, actually, in case my computer crashes again. I don't want to have to level up all of that again. Alright. Yeah, it's even labeled training room. So we're supposed to fight here. I don't know what they were thinking. Alright. So now, there's rooms up there. I think there's a shop out there. But we don't need to worry about that. So we'll head this way. Gotta talk to the frickin' droid to open the door. Alrighty.
It is good sometimes.
Hey, I found
to
him.
stop and reflect on the beauty of nature. And I am sorry. I tend to get carried away. I do not believe we have met, apprentice. My name is Nemo. Is
I
there
know
something
I know it
can
was a
help
name
you with?
before the Disney movie, but
I hope your
he really
time
doesn't
is
have
worth-
much to offer us. Alright.
Are you a Jedi? How long can you people continue to sit by and claim you protect us? Protectors. Ha! You sit in your enclave safe from the Mandalorians while we suffer.
So yeah, we've got like the only one of like 2 good buildings on this planet. Everyone else lives in like I assume they must live in like ramshackle put together things because people are getting broken into all the time.
Those Mandalorian brutes have killed my daughter.
You should have protected her better. And you call yourself her father.
And what am I supposed to do against a dozen Mandalorians and Duros? Nothing. There was nothing I could do.
Oof.
They came to our land demanding our livelihood. But Ilsa,
Ilsa,
Ilsa.
not Issa.
said no.
It's very close to Issa, isn't it?
There was nothing I could do. Too many of the Mandalorians and their Duros allies. I've come here to ask you, please, Master Jedi, stop these raiders and get revenge for my daughter.
Well, we can't exactly go out on a revenge quest. If Mandalorians are killing people, we can't really let them keep doing that. Oh, wow. See, I was talking about the Kingdom Hearts character.
Greetings, young Jedi.
Alright. Yeah.
We were working on my farm to the north.
Another
I
subquest.
was working in the garden outside.
Side quest.
And he was working inside. I heard the door to the house open, but not close. I went to see and found it wide open. I searched everywhere and could not find him. I worry so much. I need him back so badly. I wonder if maybe it was the Mandalorians.
Cathounds can't open doors.
But no, Cathounds are not intelligent enough to open doors. Although they have been more vicious lately. No, it must have been someone who could open the door by himself. When you think of it, the door was
Yeah. I've been listening to that Kingdom Hearts podcast that I sent you. They talk about how some of the nobody names are just they came up with the nobody name first. And Issa reeks of that a little bit. Which I guess it's less
well, yes it could have, but he had no reason to run away. His programming.
Oh, so this is a droid.
But he is very valuable to me all the same.
Oops.
He's the last piece of my poor
Yeah.
passed away husband that I have left. He is very dear to me, my precious is. I don't know what I'd do without him. He's the only companionship I have on all of Dantooine.
That's...
He is the personal assistance droid. My husband was a
I
genius
mean,
at constructing droids.
there's painting this as this isn't exactly healthy,
For the rest of my life.
but I really don't get it because most droids have the personalities of people, which makes owning them really weird,
Please, I
to
beg
be
you,
honest.
return my droid to me.
Alright,
Thank you. Thank you, Master Jedi.
yeah. Which, I don't know. It depends on how sentient you see droids as. Adam Blarp, he's got, like, he's got weapons to sell. Yeah. Yeah, so you got Cassis Fett war armor for however much. That's like going into the weapon shop and seeing the scary, or not, what is it? The raging, poisoning, flaming sword of doom on the shelf. But yeah, there's nothing here really. You can get some decent weapons, but there's really not much here. You could get that maybe. But it's interesting to see the last name Fett this far back. Here. The armor of Cassis Fett, the most wanted man in known space. Famous for killing the captain of a flagship Republic frigate at the Battle of Jaga's Cluster. He is presumed dead. If we have his armor, he's probably dead. Oh, hey, there's the Cath Hounds. Right. Alright. Oh, right, I'm still in armor. Alright, well, let's test out these new force powers. So we got Force Whirlwind, which is really mostly, just it'll put him out of commission for a little bit, allowing other people to wail on him. But it's really just the precursor to the middle step between Force Push and Force Wave. Force Wave is this huge AoE, and probably the best force power in the game. Or the best one that can be easily used by both classes. Oh, I don't have... Here, let's attack this one. Yeah. And it does a little bit of damage over time. But its primary use is to get them out of the fight so they can't attack back. Unfortunately, most big fights, unless you're fighting mooks, most big fights will save against it. Did they give me... No, they didn't. Alright, so we'll just put clothes on. Our AC's still comparable because we're wielding a lightsaber and stuff. I got the freaking stupid backpack. Alright, so now we can use stuff like Force Speed and Lightning. Alright. But now we got Force Lightning. Alright. Oh, our force is gone. Alright, so we'll just hit him with attacks. There we go. The sounds of lightsaber hitting the bad guys in this are really satisfying. The is really good. Yeah, but since we're light side, the force shock eats up our force points while we're low level. But once we get to high level and force counselor, yeah, once we get to a high level of Force Counselor, it'll be easier to just spam it. Alright, let's heal. Alright. There's the ruins we're eventually going to look forward to once we're done with our quote-unquote training. Alright. We do have a big planet to explore at this point. So we got Matali rounds. I think both these exits go to the same place, just different areas of it. Alright. We'll stick to Whirlwind for now. Oop, not that one. That one. We're gonna kill a lot of cat hounds. Alright. So if I went Jedi Guardian, there's this cool move where if you open up with attack, you jump all the way over there. It gets you into melee range super quick, and it's really good. Oh, see, he saved against it, so he doesn't get caught in the whirlwind. I wonder, is the DC based on... Here. Yeah. The DC is equal to 5 plus the level plus the wisdom and charisma. Okay. Is that... Oh no, that's just the corner. Alright, we've got the Grove. That's where we need to go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure them getting caught in the whirlwind reduces their defense too. Knocks them prone, so to speak. It's hard to defend when you're caught in a whirlwind. Let's see. So yeah, here's the other building, but I think this is implied to be like a rich family's building. Because they have like droid guards and stuff. I'm not going to bother going in there. There's a whole Romeo and Juliet side quest involved with these two families. But I'm not going to bother with it, just because it takes too long. Where's my speed? Yeah, now we finally got speed. And though it doesn't affect them in battle, our companions are sped up just to keep pace. So we'll continue to search. Alrighty. It's over this way. Oh, here we go. Those Duros. Duros and Mandalorians. Yeah, after the war, they've kind of been reduced to having to either work for other people or... Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna stop these guys. Take you. And because the speeder bike is in the way, the Mandalorian doesn't want to attack us. There we go. But let's see what that journal said. Yeah. As you believe, perhaps you have not met their most powerful members. So yeah. No, you can't really take the speeder. It'd be nice though. Let's see. I know one of them. There's a speeder somewhere in this game where it says like, you need the specific key card, or this speeder's been locked down for whatever reason. But yeah, they're just set pieces at this point. There is a speeder in the second game that you can take. Let's see what's through here. Is the same? Yeah, it goes to the same place. In the second game on Nar Shaddaa that you can repair, and it lets you fast travel. But there isn't anything like that in this game. You up in the air. Oh, saved again, dang. Luckily, force points regenerate pretty well, so even if they do save against things, it's not as disheartening as it is spending your 8th level spell slot and the big bad evil guy saves against it, uses their legendary resistance or whatever. Alright. Let's head this way. There's this one. Trial. Alright. So there's this side quest. You can say no, but it doesn't look good. Yeah, so he's gonna recruit us. This Jedi does not want to do his work. He made us solve this thing for him. He speaks basic, but we never hear him speak basic. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's thunder. Okay. Yeah, it's raining outside. You might hear that a little bit. Alright. So yeah, we gotta... So one guy's dead, and we have 2 suspects, so we have to see which one of them killed him. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. It's just a little bit tedious. These 3 men don't feel together. Before the clouds broke, it was stormy. So yeah. Shot in the back. and his blood went to get analyzed. And gold, Husov, he was carrying a hunting rifle. Yeah, alright. They both say they didn't do anything and accuse each other. So, Handon was holding his leg. Oh yeah, it's good when we're early in the game, but there's like, they have a limited number of the tracks for every alien language. Alright, I'm gonna save here because I don't want to sit through this whole thing again if I don't have to. Alright.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusov.
Ooh, that was a big one.
Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here.
Alright.
Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one.
Iriaz are those flying things you'll see in the sky. They're kind of like flying manta rays, but we don't see them other than
So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs to?
You see him in the backgrounds, but you don't ever interact with them. Let's see. Yeah, there's none in the sky right this second.
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me? I guess under the circumstances, no. Well, I presume you wish to hear my story then.
Hey,
I can tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway,
running.
I was out running on the other side of that bridge there.
Because nobody ever runs in Star Wars.
Coming from over here.
Unless you're running to or from something.
Lying on the ground, dead. I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river. I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
Yeah. Alright, and we'll look at the body. And then we'll talk to the droid.
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help you with this problem.
You can see how it's a primitive version of C-3PO.
By accessing records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government, if you have any need of my services, please. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Cordonetic, Rickard Lusov, and Handon Gould.
So we get to check the records. Oh, we're doing an Ace Attorney. That paints this a little bit better.
My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need?
Alright.
These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The
Get
Irias are mostly
info about
but
the
can easily be
area.
provoked to violence. Calfhounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calfhounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains.
Or, you know, stay indoors, but people will never listen to that.
Provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need?
Alright.
Very well.
So we've talked to both of them. Let's see what we can start poking holes in. Saw one through the glare of the sun. Wait a second, but it was stormy earlier in the day. Is it? Gosh, I'm horrible with proper nouns. It was cloudy. There is no sun glare. Alright. So that's step one. We gotta establish a motive. Alright. We'll see.
So, what do you want to know?
How did he know the victim?
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked this slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially that we were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech.
Aerotech, that's another company that we always hear the name of, but they make like guns and stuff, but we don't really see them very much.
So, what do you want to...
Alright, let's see. Why would someone want to kill
Jedi
him?
are so predictable, always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see
I had to
it must have been
make
Andon?
sure I was talking about Vivian last night when I was looking up who the girl with us that had the electric Pokemon. Alright. Let's see.
Well, kind of sprained my ankle running.
Alright, says he sprained his ankle. This
How
guy.
can I be of further assistance?
How did he know the victim?
I know him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation.
Reputation,
Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here?
See, I like Vivian, though. Which makes it frustrating when I don't remember her name.
How can I be of further assistance?
Alright, let's see. Why would someone want to kill him?
Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients.
Hut.
I've even heard he had dealings with...
You know, I don't think there's a hut that we can interact with
now,
here.
You're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing would make me want to kill him. Of course.
Let's see if the droid has anything to say.
The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks,
They rented a speeder together.
Is there any...
And then Rickard.
According to the municipal authorities near the Darrow spaceport, there have been news of violent
Someone's
drunken
drunk.
activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Netic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tupac, is there any other information you need?
Alright.
Very well.
So let's call some of these out.
So, what do you... Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are.
Alright.
Right.
That's not the one I need to worry about. It's this one because he was
How can I be of further assistance?
off. He rented a speeder with him, and he said he doesn't like speeders.
I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face
For
if given the
sure.
opportunity, but I would not kill him.
Punch his face in. Why?
My wife was cheating on me with him. They slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But
That's rough, buddy.
much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime.
Alright. So let's report the motive to our boss. Business partners. So he knew his wife was cheating on him. Alright. So now we focus on the murder weapon. Alright.
Is there any other... We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Kotor. Is there any...
Okay.
There have been...
Oh.
Is there...
I've didn't scroll down enough.
So, what do
Alright.
you want to know?
What about the
That
weapon?
blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry.
Ichani, that's another
Nice, light
proper
blaster.
noun.
Let me
Ichani are
always-
cool because they're like
always wish I could
Mandalorians,
get
except
myself a rifle.
where they are like
Johnnies make delicate weapons with too little firepower.
these
Lightweight stuff, if you ask me.
That
a race of monks or whatever.
Calder only had
Or I guess
one
it's not a
rifle,
race,
too,
but like
so
this
he had
order
to
of monks
borrow
that
that
are really good with
someone
hand-to-hand
else's.
combat. But we don't really get to go into it until the second game.
Right.
Alright, now let's see if he knows anything about the weapon.
How can I be of further assistance?
Yeah.
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I
Hmm.
hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cat hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most
There's a
prized
Second
possession.
Amendment
I would most
joke
appreciate
here,
it if I could have that
but
back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance?
alright, let's see if he's injured.
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I?
Alright,
Of course.
let's
Is
see
there any other...
if there's a report of their blaster being
I'm
stolen.
sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with authorities, but there does not seem to be one.
If
Is
a
there
weapon's
any
that
other
important, you would think he
information
would file it missing.
Very well.
Let's talk to him
How can I be
again.
of further...
Oh, I guess
Of course.
we don't need to talk to him. Right about being stolen. We need one final piece of the puzzle. We finally got the blood sample analysis back, so we'll talk to the droid.
Is there any other...
Tell me about the blood
I
sample.
just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the Enclave just before... you
Right,
arrived.
it's like that Gravity Falls joke about the video game character that came to life, but he can't stand still.
The sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Kotor. Is there any other information you need?
Alright, so the weapon didn't belong to the murder victim. So he's holding his side, so we'll see who it belonged to. He's clutching his side. There we go.
Hey, what are you doing?
There's blood. Because apparently blaster wounds bleed sometimes. No, they're both guilty. Yep. That's the only fun part, is that you can realize that they're both guilty for trying to kill him. So it's murder and attempted murder. And he thought it was him, but he shot him, but he shot the other witness. And they both decided to stay quiet about it. Alrighty.
Damn both of you.
Aggravated assault and attempted murder. Alrighty. Let's finish this up. Alright, so we got a good amount of experience points for doing that. Alright, now we can cross this bridge. Alright, let's... There's a bunch of rocks in the way. Or I guess these are trees. Or it's rocks and trees. Yeah, the Cathounds are pretty easy to deal with. It's these horned ones that are harder to hit. They must have like a higher AC or something. No? Oh, no. I like how the party members, they'll just go for the next set of enemies. Alrighty. Let's take a look at this map. That's my other pathway north. Let's see what's over here. Another Cathound. Come on, attack him. There we go. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I doubt we'll have too much trouble in combat after this. There we go. Alright. Alright. That's where we need to go. Right. The force powers of the extended universe are so much cooler. There's those Irias. Or are those just birds? That's an Irias. That's the thing the guy was hunting. It's like a giant sky manta ray. But yeah, it would be... The force is so vague in the movies. The coolest it ever gets is like force persuade and... Or mind trick and... lightning. There's a joke about force heal in the last movie. For spamming it here. Yeah, let's save here. Because this can be messed up a little bit. So she has the force. And a red lightsaber. I want to know where she got the red crystal, though. Alright, well... Alright. That should make this fight fairly easy. We can continue to... Oof. If we can continue to get her stuck in the whirlwind, she can't hit us back. There we go.
You are strong. Stronger than me, even in my darkness.
Yeah, they used force, what would be force speed to like jump across the hallway or whatever. Yoda technically uses a similar thing anytime he pulls out his lightsaber, I feel like. That's my headcanon, is that he is old and frail, but he uses the force to match up for a lightsaber duel.
I am Juhani, and this is my grove. This is the place of my dark power. This is the place you have invaded.
When I embraced the dark side, this is where I sought my solace. It is mine. When I slew my master, Quatra, I knew I could never go back. And now I revel in my dark power. Power enough to crush the life from someone such as you.
After we finish this up, I think I'll be done for today. We'll do explore the rest of the planet tomorrow. Alright.
Yes, I struck her down in the middle of training, consumed by my anger, embracing the power of hate. But it was not enough. What is it you want? Why do you bother?
Alright, so
I have fallen.
we gotta be very careful here because we want to turn her back to the light side. That's basically our mission. We can we could theoretically just kill her and that would complete the mission. But I have a feeling we want to put in the extra effort.
The council has sent you here to kill me. Why then, when you bested me so easily, did you not simply finish your task? Is it not apparent that I can never be saved?
See, you can do persuade, and that'll just make it a lot easier. But you can do it with if you don't have. There's options that you can take to persuade her to come back to life without having to rely on a skill check. But let's try it.
Leave me and...
Yeah. Alright, so let's heal.
What is it you want? Why do you bother?
Alright.
The council has sent you here to kill me.
Alright.
Not anger. Peace. Yet even with your I am pathetic. I sit here and thank myself to be great by embracing the dark side, but I am nothing. There is no way I could be turned back. I always thought they held me back, or jealous of my power. This is only because I was not good enough to meet their standards. I never have been. I seem to still have much to learn, both about being a Jedi and about myself.
Yep.
But I wish the cost of my ignorance had not been so high. I wish that my master had not suffered because of me.
The funny part is that her master's not actually dead. She thought she killed him, but he's still alive.
If she were alive now, there would be so much I would say to her. So much I would apologize for.
Well,
how can the council ever take me back with what I have done? Striking my master. If I show them, I am free of passion. But I am serene that I am willing to forsake the dark side. And maybe, just maybe, they would accept me back. Do you think they would? Could it be possible after what I have done? I thank you, Master Jedi.
Yay.
I will return to the council then. I shall submit myself to their judgment and hope they will forgive me. Again, I thank you. I am sure I will hear great things about you in the future.
She's an alien. I think she's one of the a Kotor is what they're called. I'm not sure though. And you can see she killed a bunch of the Mandalorians that were hanging out too. Ooh, and we got a Mandalorian melee shield. Those are the best shields in the game because they resist physical stuff. Bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing. Alright. Yeah, let's finish up out here. See if we can... Oh, there's more Mandalorians. They're at full health? Yeah. Alright. I want to finish off the Mandalorians. And... finish off the Mandalorians and see if I can find that lightsaber crystal cave. Oh, you can see Zalbar got stunned by what was probably like a sniper shot from one of them. Mandalorian data pad. Ooh, a vibro double blade. That'll change things up a little bit, actually. We'll give that to Canderous, and now he has a double-bladed actual sword.
Sure.
That's probably a little bit more balanced than the two that he had. Alright. Let's see what the Mandalorian data pads had to say. What's that? Oh, here's what I was thinking of. The speeders are all broken because the speeders are all broken because they're all shitty. And that's why we can't, that's the in-universe reason of why we can't use them. Alright, yeah, we'll head through here to the Sandro grounds. They look to be attacking something. Oh, they do. So there's the droid that we're looking for from that one lady. Yeah, that'll tear through the horned Cathounds a little bit faster. That one. So, luckily they'll move, even though the force powers do have a certain limited range, it'll automatically move you close enough. Alright.
Master Jedi, I am C842. A personal assistant droid. As I said, I am C842, a personal assistance droid. Although in recent months, the assistance I render seems to have taken on a disproportionate significance.
Yeah, Elisa's gotten a little obsessed with the droid because her husband died.
Yes, but I have my reasons. I'm afraid my owner became a bit too attached to me. Obsessed, even. She tried to treat me as her dead husband. It was not healthy for her.
It's kind of gross.
You don't want to know.
This is probably not.
She is obsessed. She rarely sees other people and appears to be fixated on me as her husband. She was becoming more and more insular. I thought it best that I leave. She may meet other real people this way. In fact, that was the reason I came here and sought out those Cathounds. I think it would be best if I were no longer a factor. She would meet new people, living people.
Yeah, that's fair.
They would destroy me.
And, yeah. Alright.
Thank you.
So yeah, now we can hit him. Ooh, level up. So yeah, we get to put him down, and then we'll go back to her and say Cathounds blew him up. And it's a little bit rough, but she'll at least be able to be a little bit healthier at this point. Alright, so let's get the better shock now. This one, it's kind of like chain lightning. It'll hit a bunch of people in front of you. It's almost like the a Burning Hands except lightning. Give him injury. Let's see, what kind of feat does he want? Let's bump up his flurry. Then oh, he has more class points. Demolitions and awareness. Yeah, and we'll do flurry for Zalbar too.
What?
Right.
Sure.
So here's that crystal cave I was talking about. Let's see, what else? Let's finish out here first. I think there's some more Mandalorians running around somewhere. And then we'll go explore the cave. Alright, yeah, there's the last of the Mandalorians. Caramel. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I had a sandwich for breakfast, and that's been about it. But my ADHD medication kind of suppresses my appetite, so I won't be hungry until dinner time. Alright. We got another set of gloves, that'll be nice. Is Caramilk Bar a Canadian thing? Because I've never heard of them. Is that like frozen ice cream? Milk chocolate bar. Ooh, that's good. That sounds good. See, we kind of have similar, what do they call them? I guess the closest thing, we get like Hershey's Kisses that have caramel in them. Did I get that one? Yeah, I got them all. Alright. Alright, let's see, we got a new thing. Gloves. Demolitions. Let's actually... See, this one gives a +2 strength, so it's always going to be a +1 modifier. Let's put the melee shield, one of the melee shields, on Zalbar, actually. Yeah, there we go.
Yes?
Alright. Oh, there's like the mini boss of the area. It's an albino Cathound. It's like super resistant. It's got like resistance against force powers. Let's try out the lightning then. Let's target something. Yeah. I don't know what its deal is, to be honest. Yeah. I guess force powers just don't work on it very well. But with all three of us here, we should be able to take care of it pretty easily. If you would start hitting it. Oh, come on. Let's go to the med packs. Alright, now we should be good. There we go. Alright. Yeah, and because I wasted all my force power on the one guy, there's no force power left for this last one, but we should be fine with just the lightsaber. Oh, here we go. See, force power does recover during combat, but at a much slower rate. Yeah, I'm not a fan of kisses myself. It's just like, they're just like large chocolate chips, and I'm more of a chocolate and peanut butter guy, but you know that. Let's start healing some. Yeah, this is just the other house of the other side of the Romeo and Juliet family feud thing. I'm just making sure there's no more Cath Hounds in the way. Alright, that should be the whole area. Alright, let's go back to the Crystal Cave then. Right. Like I'm not gonna turn a Hershey's Kiss down, but I won't buy them for myself at the store. Alright. Okay. Alright, so in here there's not a ton of stuff in here, but we can see these aliens called Kinraths. These guys look like they were made in Spore, to be honest. So we'll target the back one. They hit them both. Yeah, they're like spidery mantis-like things, but they attack by jutting out like one leg at you. Oh, they poison you. I forgot about that. Alright. That purple stuff around their hands is the visual indicator of the improved flurry attack. Alright. And I think these games aren't exactly finished at certain points. I think there's... Oh. 1 second. There we go. Accidentally hit my caps lock button. There you can smash these eggs and you get crystals from them, but that you only ever get like red lightsaber crystals. And I think they were supposed to give you dark side points for destroying them, but they just didn't give that to you. But that said, they are kind of pests and dangerous for this cave. So let's smash them. Get the crystals that we can. It doesn't count as a bad thing if we don't get dark side points for it. But see, there's some that you can't squish. So it explains why there's more of them later. Here's some more Mandalorian remains. Alright. We'll pick up on all these. Alright. Some more up here. Remember this crystal. Not now, but maybe next game it'll be important. Alright, I think that's all of them in here. I guess some of the Cath Hounds respawn too. Let's see. Destroy that. We're gonna walk back. Normally I would just teleport back to the ship, which is like 5 seconds away from the council, and turn in our quest. But there's one more Mandalorian fight that we can come across. Oh, right here actually. Let's save actually, just in case.
So this is the meddler. You have caused us far too much trouble for a mere Jedi.
Now this is what I've been waiting for.
I will add your head to those of the other Jedi I have killed, and take yet another lightsaber for my own.
So this guy's pulling a General Grievous and collecting lightsabers, but he doesn't use them for whatever reason. Alright, so we'll target him and start some Force Lightning. There we go. Alright. And that gets us some extra lightsabers, which is the biggest plus for this quest. So if you weren't doing specializing in one-handed like I am, you would use those. This would be the best way to get your extra lightsabers for your offhand. Alright, anyway, that's all I was really looking for. Now we can teleport back to the Ebonhawk. Speed run. I think, yep, there she is. Juhani's back here.
I must give you my thanks. Because of you, I am once again welcome. Kotor's injuries were not so severe as I first believed. I was foolish to believe I could harm him.
Didn't actually kill her master.
The fierce confrontation between us was nothing more than part of my training. Kotor wanted me to understand the threat of the dark side, to see how easy it was.
Man, if we killed her, I bet Quattro would feel really bad about that.
After our last battle, Kotor had nothing left to teach me. I needed time alone to explore the turmoil of my own spirit. Only then was I ready to follow a guide. You, back to the light.
Yeah, fair enough.
Kotor knew her work with me was done. There are other disciples who need training throughout the galaxy, and she could not stay to see if I passed this most difficult trial.
Which is why we'd never run into her running around this temple.
Council now feels I am ready to continue with my training, though they have asked me to wait here for the time being.
Oh, I never had Zabar speak up here.
Giving you a second chance like this is a clear sign of weakness. Sometimes I find it hard to believe the Jedi could defeat my people in battle.
Yeah, and Candace is just being an asshole.
But I will trust in the Force, in the way of the Jedi, to help me through whatever is to come.
Alright. So now, we'll go talk to our teacher and figure everything
You have done
out.
well, my people. The ancient grove has been purified, and Juhani's journey down the
We
dark
didn't need
path has
holy
been
water or
halted.
anything.
Because of you, she walks once more in the light. But though she was saved, do not dismiss what happened to her. Juhani is both dedicated and true to the ideals of the Order, yet she was still vulnerable to the dark side, as are we all. She struck her master in anger during her training and injured her greatly. But it was Quattra's choice to test Juhani this way, and it seems to have made its point. Juhani has been redeemed, and you have passed your final test.
Alrighty.
Congratulations, apprentice. Or should I say, congratulations, Padawan. You have proven yourself worthy of joining the Jedi. Let me be the first to welcome you as a full-fledged member of our Order.
Alrighty. So now we walk back over here. Yeah, that training computer is just, it'll tell you where another way to learn what the Jedi code is.
Greetings, young Padawan. Have you come? As a chronicler of the Academy here on Dantooine, I feel it is my duty.
Yeah, so he can give us some backstory, but
as you wish. I will not force you to
we don't. That's not really stream compatible. So we'll talk to him.
I have nothing left to teach you. The lessons now.
All right, but now will you talk to me?
It is good
There we
to
go.
see Johnny has returned to the way of the light. You are to be commended for your role in this. Your actions give us great hope for the future. Your training is now complete, Padawan. And perhaps now it is time we dealt with the matter of the dream you and Bastila shared. When we heard of the ruins in your dreams.
Honestly, Candace is probably closer to lawful evil because he has his own Mandalorian code.
This one in particular lies to the east of this enclave. We sent a Jedi to investigate, but he has not returned.
If you want chaotic evil, we haven't met that droid yet. We'll probably meet him next time.
It may be that exploring the ruins is a task tied to your destiny. That is why the Council has now decided you should be the one to investigate this. The secrets to stop Malak may be hidden within those ruins. You must investigate them and find what Revan and Malak were looking for.
Alrighty.
Be sure to bring Bastila with you.
Yep.
There is a powerful link between you. And you will need to learn from each other during the trial.
He's actually an optional character in this game. You can see his silhouette there. Technically, so is Juhani, but alright, let's bring Karth with us.
I demand justice. The Central family is a blight upon Dantooine.
Yeah. Speaking of Romeo and Juliet.
Into this matter, Mr. Matale. You must be patient. Your accusations have no proof, and we do not want you stirring up trouble with the Sanjals if there is some mistake.
Mistake? My
Yeah, he's been kidnapped or whatever.
How can there be any doubt the Sanjals are to blame?
There are other possible explanations for
I mean, if Cathhounds are the plague they've said they have been.
So long before I take action on my own.
As dangerous as the threat from Darth Malak and the Sith may be, we Jedi cannot simply abandon our other responsibilities. The Council
No, but I
promised
can.
Alan Matale we will look into his son's
Oh, is there?
Should you have time, Padawan?
That does sound vaguely familiar. Like the Battleborns that are in Whiterun or whatever. Alright.
Your study and training are important, of course.
It is in the real world that we...
Not to mention that I wouldn't mind getting out of this enclave for a bit. Come on, how bad could it be?
Yeah. But we don't have time for that. It's another, like, mini dungeon where you're going through their house looking for the guy. Yeah, he's got 2 weapon fighters, so we'll do 2. He'll still be 2 pistols. Let's give him rapid shot. Right. Let's see. No, nothing hurting buffing his intelligence a little bit. 2 skill points will help him catch up on the health. We'll make it so that basically erase the penalty for dual wielding. And add more and more attacks. Alright, let's see. I haven't used him in forever, so let's give him that Ichani armor. And reflex saves or fortitude saves. What does he have better of? He already has a decent reflex, so we'll buff his. Oh. Yeah, that'll be fine. Oop. That'll do. I can put on the Jedi robe, which gives a little bit of defense and lets you use your dex to add to your defense. But more importantly, it lets you use your force powers, and it's a little bit better armor. Ah, fair enough. Let's see. And then we'll hopefully get some Jedi robes for Bastila at some point too. Let's see. Guess we'll buff her dex. And awareness. What force power does she want? See, that's the thing. I feel like she's not going to use much of these. I guess we'll put shock on her too. With her charisma, it should be decent enough. And then I'll give her the better force haste, basically. Alright.
Sure.
Now we'll head back again. Yeah, might as well see if we can finish this planet today. We'll turn in our side quest that we bothered doing. I wonder where Nemo went.
Have you found the Mandalorian? Thank you, young master. My daughter can now, I think, rest in peace. Here is the reward I promised you.
Yeah.
Again, I thank you. I will be sure to tell the council of your great deed.
Alright. 1,000 credits isn't bad.
My droid is still missing. I can feel him like a hole in my aching heart.